first step we take in supporting our customers in managing the site security is to thoroughly understand the risks and threats that they perceive. Mining is often done in very remote and hostile environments. So as such, the threats can come from not only labour force or labour force unsettlement, social and economic challenges, local conflict as well. And unfortunately in Africa there is epidemic and terror as well. All of these facets are really important when we start working with our clients to understand what the risk and threats might pervade in a site that we will be securing for them. The energy, mining and construction sector is very important and critical to Africa. The key thing from G4S perspective is to create a safe and secure business environment. From Africa's perspective, it has a highly skilled and abundant workforce, which is very pertinent to other sectors I've just mentioned. Africa itself has high levels of mineral and metal commodities. So the future for Africa in this sector is promising. The current years, or recent years, are challenging, but notwithstanding that, our clients are looking for efficiency in the way that they secure those assets, mine those assets. So we work with them particularly around supporting both the safety, security and environment that they work in. I would say to that, from security being part of a project from the outset, you can either incorporate or react. Reaction is very much more expensive than incorporating from the beginning. So it's really important that we work with our customers from the very outset of a project or a mining site, and really understanding what security controls need to be put in place from the outset. Coordinating the security with them, which is a very multifaceted between systems and controls and infrastructure. So we work with them to engineer a solution and to incorporate security right from the outset, to try and re-engineer into their processes when they're up and running is both time consuming and very expensive. So the role of technology has and will continue to change as time goes forward. Innovation is particularly important around security, understanding what the threats and risks are and how to adapt technology to minimise those and mitigate those. Technology requires both specialist expertise and knowledge. The technology within security has changed. Sensors have changed. The use of biometrics, for example. Communication has gone digital. The controls are more rigorous and effective. So from the role of technology, or as the role of technology moves forward, there will be a need also to work with large volumes of data and to synchronise security data with a customer's own management information, typically things like staff databases, particularly around access control, where you need to know that the people that are entering a site are current employees, current permitted visitors, that sort of thing. So access control, sensing, perimeter sensing is very important and will continue to develop, and you'll see innovation in those areas as we go forward. So, with regard to reduction of costs of security and risk operations, safety, security and environmental controls need to be working together symbiotically from the outset. So the first step is prevention. If we can prevent a security incident through rigorous access control, authentication of individuals, that's the first step. creating a deterrent in order that you promote the visibility of security, socialise the fact that security is there. That prevents the potential for security threats. So you have both prevention and deterrent at the outset. But then most importantly is detection. It's very important to know whether a security incident has occurred, to be able to understand that, identify it, and to take corrective action should it have occurred. So then you come to the next stage of reaction, and that's how do you respond to the threat, respond to alarms, respond to the loss of data, and then very importantly, recovery. Being able to retrieve losses, retrieve data, identify criminal elements or people that have compromised the security situation. So building through that stack, if you like, is how do you reduce costs? First of all, prevent wherever you can, deter security, and then being able to really put detailed reaction and detection, be able to react to that and recover. As you go through each of those steps, it becomes more expensive. So it's really important that your security systems, processes and infrastructure are right there at the outset. Where do I see the mining sector going and associated security with that in the future? Well, there are huge market pressures at this moment in time. To China as a key customer, 40% reduction. The areas affected being iron ore, platinum, copper, oil. Each of those markets has different market pressures against it. But we do know that longer term, Africa has this abundance of these commodities, so it's very important for the African economy. So what I do see happening going forward is that we will have to innovate as a security provider, provide long-term sustainable projects, not short-term, but be able to work long-term relationships with our clients through the ebb and flow of what happens within the markets. We need to support customers to be strategic about their decision-making and how they put their security in place through that. When a mine may go into a slight lower level of production, how to protect their assets, how to maintain control of their perimeters, how to ensure the mine itself is in a safe and secure operational environment. These sectors, as mentioned earlier, are in remote and in hostile environments. So keeping very close to local community and keeping information and being able to understand what is happening both through our customers, local community and the market itself, to support them to be able to prevent security incidents happening on their sites. So I see that the markets will continue to be challenging, but what will be really important for us is to have a relationship, a long-term relationship, supporting sustainable projects for our clients, supporting efficiencies in the way that they deliver security at those sites, and helping them to drive efficiency of their mining operations. Important factors to operate a successful security operation with our clients is excellent communications with our customers, internally and with the industry. Develop a long-term working relationship. G4S prides itself in its security services. We're compliant, we follow legislation, we drive wherever possible industry standards, maintain a high level of employee training and supervision, and throughout that drive continuous innovation through the use of technology, replacing manpower with technology wherever possible and when possible, but driving down the costs of security, but at the same time driving up its effectiveness and the services that it offers our customers. But I would close out that the most important thing with regard to the relationship between the customers and the security provider is excellent communications and a long-term relationship. G4S has worked with the mining sector for a number of years, and through this period there have been challenges within the market and within the environment in which our customers operate. The threats and risks to our customers change regularly through the issues we discussed earlier around labour force issues, local community issues, through legislation changes, through terror threats, local conflict. We work with our clients as those threats change. We operate a number of services with them, so we'll protect their executives, we'll provide them wider risk management and security logistics operations. We'll work with them to secure their buildings and their site infrastructure to the changing threat environment. But throughout that journey, it is important to us that we always maintain the highest level of services, maintain our operations in line with legislation and the highest level of standards. And that comes around and is supported by very strong relationship with our customers, regular communications both internally and externally, developing a long-term working relationship, understanding our clients' needs for efficiencies and savings, for heightened security, to react with them accordingly, to ensure that both their health and safety and security, along with their environmental controls, are in place, and to work together to continuously improve what we do and provide the most efficient services we can to face the market conditions for our customers and the services required at the time. Advice to the industry from a security perspective would be that to maintain standards, to develop long-term relationships with your security providers, to really ensure there's a high level of employee training and high levels of supervision, to really drive compliance and standards consistently across the continent, which is one thing we pride ourselves with, is wherever we operate on the continent, we try to provide compliance and standards at the highest level consistently at all of our client sites, but also to drive continuous innovation, to look to technology, to provide savings and efficiencies, but at the same time improve the effectiveness of their security. And most importantly is to regularly review the threats and risks that their operations may come under, and to work collaboratively with the security provider to ensure that the systems, processes and security infrastructure is matched to those threats and